the summary here, folks, and I want to bring this to a close so that we can get to some of your questions. In short, here are some of the areas that we focused on in terms of skills, framework, tools, and metrics. In the perfect world, train the entire organization, sheep dip, if you will. But sheep dip with a purpose and with the idea that everyone's going to learn and be able to produce more, better, faster because there's a common understanding. The reality is, especially in today's economy, when organizations are shrinking and have just enough folks to keep the lights on, find the mentors, find the free training, find the areas that you can get from the internet. And I didn't mention this up front, but if you need help or need to bounce some ideas off of folks, feel free to email me. Feel free to contact Joy. We're available to you so that if you have questions around skills or mentoring, we're here to help. That's part of our role. So find individuals, find those folks that can help in the growing of a requirements methodology framework and understanding. Speaking of frameworks, ideally we would have a common approach that the entire organization across different time zones and languages agrees to. Sometimes it's just, sometimes on our projects, what we have to do is just focus on the project itself. Gene Tobeka likes to use this in terms of Agile, that if the organization can't act in a certain way, then you really find that your projects are working in the Agile ghetto, is what she calls it. How we apply that to requirements is that sometimes we have to start project at project, but if we stay there over a long period of time, we might find ourselves in the same quandary. So in short, use free resources. Use folks. When someone says, I'll help, take them up on that, but don't take advantage of them. They might like a shake in return. A milkshake, that is. With the tools, a perfect world, use RecPro or use Borland. Use some tool. If you can't do that, focus and concentrate on collaborative tools. Free collaborative tools. There's Google Notebook, for example, that can be accessed from a lot of networks. There's something that Joy mentioned a little while ago about OneNote. There's wikis. Find a way. If you're a gadget person like me and resourceful, then you can find ways to collaborate. Put pictures up of your team who are all over the world on a special site so we can all see each other. Have folks come to the same location for kickoff meetings. This can really help if you're able to do that. Finally, in measurement that we spoke about earlier, the ideal thing is a cornucopia of metric dashboards that we can use to tell the health of multiple projects. Well, I'll tell you what. Focus on business objectives that align different groups and desires and the requirements metrics to align the entire team. Pick one. For example, for a project team, focus on requirements volatility or stability. Maybe you'll focus on user adoption if you're developing a user interface. Basically start with something. And keep this in mind for the entire presentation, for the things that we've talked about. Take away this. How much change can an organization take? How much change can your project team take? How much change can you take? Keep that in mind when talking about building a framework and doing these things as an enterprise. The organization, if you're large, can't change overnight, but you can change behaviors on project teams. And that's the place to start. Start small. Grow your capabilities one technique at a time.